Welcome to Wealth Wise Together. Today, we're looking at something that might seem minor but actually plays a big role in your financial health: the hidden cost of small daily spending. Think about those everyday moments: buying a coffee on your way to work or picking up a snack during the afternoon. Individually, these purchases might seem harmless, but when you add them up over days, weeks, and months, they can significantly affect your budget. As a financial wellness educator here at Wealth Wise Together, I want to stress how important it is to recognize these small expenses. Once you see how they accumulate, you can start to manage them better and take greater control over your financial future. So, let's dive into how these tiny transactions really add up. Because when you become aware of them, you take the first step toward true financial wellness. If you're enjoying the video, please like, share, and subscribe. Today, let's focus on why small spending really matters. On average, people spend over $1,800 a year on little daily purchases, things like a quick coffee, a snack, or an impulsive buy. Most of the time, we don't even realize we're making these purchases. But here's the important part: these tiny transactions quietly eat away at your budget. If we ignore these small expenses, we overlook how much they limit our financial growth. Just imagine what you could do with an extra $1,800 a year. Maybe it's saving for a trip, investing, or simply building a stronger financial cushion. The key takeaway is that being aware of these small spends is the first step toward change. As we continue, think about how recognizing and managing these expenses can unlock new opportunities for improving your financial health. Let's talk about the invisible leak in your budget. This refers to those small daily expenses that often go unnoticed but add up surprisingly fast. It's easy to overlook a few dollars here and there, but over weeks and months, these little purchases quietly chip away at the money you have available. Most of us underestimate just how much these small costs accumulate, and before we know it, they've drained funds that could have gone towards savings or important essentials. The key is awareness. Once you start tracking and recognizing these expenses, you gain the power to manage your budget more effectively. By plugging this invisible leak, you can redirect money to what really matters, helping you move closer to your financial goals. It's a small change that can make a big difference. Let's take a moment to consider how small spending habits can add up over time. Spending just $5 a day on coffee, snacks, or little conveniences might seem harmless in the moment. But when you multiply that by 365 days, it totals a surprising $1,825 each year. This steady, quiet spending can slowly drain your budget without you even realizing it. Over the long term, these small expenses limit your ability to save for goals that really matter, like a trip, a down payment on a house, or building an emergency fund. Think about your own habits. How often do you spend on little things without reflecting on the bigger impact? Becoming aware of these patterns is the first step in managing them better. By making small adjustments, we can free up more resources to invest in our financial future. Up next, we'll dive into the psychology behind why these purchases seem so harmless and how they become a routine part of our day. Now, let's talk about the psychology behind small purchases. These little buys feel harmless because they rarely trigger any alarms when it comes to our budgets. It's all about instant gratification, those quick moments of pleasure that come from buying something on impulse, even if we don't really need it. Social media and advertising constantly nudge us toward these frequent small spends, making it easy to fall into the habit without even realizing it. Recognizing this pattern is crucial because over time, these seemingly minor expenses can add up and affect our overall financial health. So, being mindful of these small purchases allows us to make smarter, more intentional financial decisions. When we talk about everyday spending, it's important to recognize how small expenses can quietly add up. Take coffee and drinks, for example. They seem like little treats, but buying them daily can take a noticeable bite out of your budget over time. Transportation fares are another area to watch. Whether it's the bus, train, or rideshare, these costs accumulate faster than we often realize. Then there are snacks and convenience foods. Grab on the go. They might seem minor, but over the year, they really add to your total spending. Parking fees and impulse buys are sneaky as well. We rarely plan for them, yet they frequently pop up and eat into our finances. App purchases and subscription services deserve a second look too, since these recurring digital expenses can be easy to overlook on monthly statements. Lastly, Think about those in-store items you pick up without much thought, like a magazine at checkout. Individually, they don't seem like much, but over time, they make a difference. As you reflect on these examples, consider your own daily habits and where you might find opportunities to save without feeling deprived. Small changes can lead to meaningful improvements in your overall financial health. Let's take a closer look at how everyday small spending quietly becomes a big factor in our finances. Think about that morning coffee you buy, or the quick snack you grab while rushing through your day. On their own, these purchases seem harmless and just part of the routine. But when you add them up over days and weeks, they start to add up to a noticeable amount. Then there are those app purchases, designed to be fast and convenient, that often go unnoticed but can really add up over time. Individually, each expense feels minor and easy to justify, but combined, they can slowly but surely drain your budget without you realizing it. The key takeaway here is to become aware of these habits. Once you see how these small costs build up, you can make more intentional choices about where your money goes. Take a moment to reflect on your own daily spending patterns before we move forward. Let's take a closer look at how social and emotional factors influence our spending habits. We often make small purchases to keep up with friends and lifestyle trends, aiming to feel included and relevant. For example, grabbing a coffee together or buying the latest popular item can seem like a simple way to connect and fit in. These little buys also give us a sense of reward and instant gratification, a quick boost that feels good. Advertisements and social media are always there, gently encouraging us to keep spending, reinforcing these habits day after day. Recognizing these influences is important because they can quietly add up and affect our finances over time. By understanding these emotional triggers, we can start making smarter, more thoughtful choices about how we spend. Let's talk about a common budgeting challenge: small expenses. These little purchases, like your daily coffee or a quick snack, often feel too minor to track. Because of this, many budgets overlook or underestimate them, which can lead to unpleasant surprises when the month ends. It's easy to think that these small buys don't add up, but together, they can make a big dent in your budget. Not keeping track of them means you're missing a significant piece of the financial puzzle. So, even though each expense seems insignificant on its own, their combined impact is quite substantial. Recognizing and including these small costs in your budget is an important step toward being truly wealth-wise together. When it comes to managing our finances, the little things really add up. One of the best ways to start is by tracking every small purchase for an entire month. This simple step helps you see exactly where your money is going and reveals spending patterns you might not have noticed before. Another important tip is to pause before making any impulse buys. When you feel the urge to buy something on a whim, take a moment and ask yourself, do I really need this? That brief pause can save you from unnecessary expenses. Setting daily or weekly spending limits is also very effective. It helps you stay within a budget for small purchases and avoids overspending on non-essential items. Be sure to review any subscriptions you have and cancel those you're not using. Those monthly fees can quietly drain your finances without you realizing it. Making coffee and snacks at home rather than buying them out can also add up to big savings over time. Lastly, review your expenses regularly to stay on track. And remember, start small. Every little step you take contributes to better financial health. These practical tips can help you become more mindful about spending and, ultimately, save more. Let's take a closer look at how small daily expenses really add up over time. Spending just $5 a day might not seem like much, but it totals nearly $1,800 a year. Now, think about what that money could do if you chose to save it instead. For example, redirecting that amount could easily cover 3 months of your phone bills. Even more impressive, if you invested that same money wisely, it has the potential to grow to over $5,000 in 10 years. This highlights how small, consistent changes in your daily spending can make a big difference in your overall financial health. It's all about being mindful of those little expenses today so you can build a more secure financial future. What small changes might you consider making in your own spending habits? When we talk about saving, it's easy to overlook small amounts as insignificant. But let me show you just how powerful those small daily savings can be. Imagine putting away just $5 a day. It might not seem like much at all. However, over 10 years, With a steady 7% interest rate, those small daily deposits can grow to more than $18,000. Take a moment to let that sink in. It's quite remarkable how these modest amounts can add up into something substantial. This is exactly the magic of compound interest at work. By saving just a little bit every day, you're not simply stashing away cash, you're actively building your financial future. And the best part is that this is a simple habit anyone can start right now. It really highlights how consistent, small savings can make a big difference over time. Building awareness of our small spending habits is a crucial first step towards gaining financial control. When we start to notice where our money is going, we empower ourselves to make smarter decisions that can lead to meaningful financial gains over time. It often comes down to those small sacrifices, like skipping a daily coffee or choosing to cook at home, that add up significantly and help boost our savings. Regularly reviewing our expenses isn't something we do once and forget. It's an ongoing habit that keeps us disciplined and focused on our financial goals. By staying aware and consistent, we can really transform our financial health and move steadily closer to achieving the dreams we have for ourselves. Let's look at some real-life success stories that really highlight the power of small, consistent savings. Take Emma, for example. She decided to skip her daily coffee runs, saving about $30 a week. Over the course of a year, that added up enough for her to build a full emergency fund. It's a great reminder that even small changes can create significant financial security. Then there's Carlos. He took a closer look at his everyday spending and discovered little leaks he hadn't noticed before. By redirecting just $50 a month into his retirement account, he not only stopped the leaks, but also strengthened his future financial position. These stories show us that awareness and simple adjustments in our daily habits can make a big difference. Both Emma and Carlos started with manageable steps, and their steady dedication truly paid off. The key takeaway here is that financial wellness doesn't always require drastic changes. It often begins with small, easy actions. Let's take that inspiration as we move forward with our own financial goals. Thank you all for being with us today and for your commitment to improving your financial future. Remember, becoming financially wise is about awareness and making small, consistent changes that add up over time. I hope Emma and Carlos's stories have shown you practical ways to start making those improvements. If you have any questions or want to keep this conversation going, please feel free to reach out using the contact details on the screen or visit our website for more helpful resources. We truly appreciate your time and look forward to supporting you on your path to financial wellness. Thank you again.